Have you experienced moments where you felt compelled to always be the center of attention, even when it wasn't beneficial to your emotional well being? Have you ever felt the constant pressure to seek attention or validation, even if it doesn't align with your true self or your values? Or do you struggle to find a balance between your desire for recognition and the importance of personal growth and authenticity in your interactions? Welcome back, Sophisticates. I'm Davina Dandridge. Today, we're starting on a profound journey of self discovery and personal growth in knowing when just to be quiet. It's time to explore the intricate dance between quiet strength, emotional empowerment, and the art of creating our future selves with intention and purpose. Before we begin, I encourage you to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for regular doses of uplifting content focusing on emotional intelligence and sophisticated empowerment. So here's one of my sayings: stretch yourself by putting others first. Be okay with being in the background. No one will forget your contribution. Your value is not in being seen, but in what you do when you show up. Social media would have us to believe that we're not doing anything real or being authentic unless we're sharing with the masses, unless we're putting ourselves right out front so everybody can see. I'm here to show you that being front and center is not the position to always aspire for, especially if you want to be sophisticatedly empowered. So here's the first thing: embracing quiet strength is where your true empowerment comes from. Let's dive into the concept of quiet strength. It isn't about fading into the background or diminishing your life or your worth. It's about understanding that true power lies in the depth of your character and the authenticity of your actions. When you develop emotional intelligence, you first practice to acknowledge why you want what you want and how your past influences your need to be front and center instead of concentrating on the work you need to do to become the person you ultimately want to be in your future. In today's fast paced world, the value of quiet strength is often overlooked. It's not about being invisible, but more about choosing when to speak and when to listen. It's about being confident in your abilities and your convictions without the need for constant validation from other people. This is why self awareness is vital to your emotional success. What are some of the triggers or instances from your past that prevents you from falling back, from playing the long game, or for having patience to do what's required without expecting an atta girl every time you do something? Nobody gets that every time. And if that's your expectation, you're going to be let down more times than not. Because there is value in quiet elegance and sophisticated empowerment. Falling back has more to do with your confidence and your self worth. The psychology of self reflection explores how managing emotions and actions leads to long term growth and resilience. It is those small steps that you do over time that really adds to the security and the strength that you probably didn't know that you had. Consider Psalms 46:10, and it says, "Be still and know that I am God." So you say, how does this resonate with your journey towards inner strength and self-discovery? Well, I'll tell you. Quiet strength allows us to navigate challenges with grace and resilience. So if you're the person that always has to speak their mind, I mean, you can't let a perceived injustice go by without you saying something, then you have some work to do, because managing your need to be in the front helps to minimize pride. And my former nemesis, people pleasing. I mean, it can help get rid of that. It's the foundation of emotional intelligence. It empowers us to regulate our emotions, empathize with others, and make thoughtful decisions. You can unleash emotional empowerment. So now let's talk about the transformative power of emotional empowerment. It's about cultivating self-awareness, navigating complex emotions with grace, and embracing our authenticity unapologetically. When we empower ourselves emotionally, we open up the door for true growth and fulfillment. I mean, you make decisions based on your desired future outcome instead of the desire to be seen in a particular light. So you'll start doing stuff based on what the outcome is going to be a month from now, 6 months from now, 10 years from now, instead of concentrating on who's seeing you right now. Because have you ever met someone for the first time and during your first interactions, they dominate the conversation? Not that they are charismatic or interesting or have important information to share with you, but they feel the need to prove how smart or how accomplished or how witty they are. And let me tell you about this person. They have not managed their emotions. They have not developed self control, and they are struggling with self confidence and self worth. As we examine the concept of emotional self awareness, let's look at the importance of understanding how managing your emotions impact your relationships and impact your personal development. Emotional empowerment is not about suppressing emotions, but rather about understanding them. It's about recognizing your triggers, practicing self care, and setting up healthy boundaries in our relationships, even ones that are just starting. So when you first meet someone, if you are emotionally intelligent, you know what to do. Because by developing emotional intelligence, you enhance your ability to communicate effectively. You build meaningful connections and you lead with empathy and compassion instead of bragging or leading with pride. Emotional management is the key to sophisticated empowerment. All right. So, creating your future self. Let's talk about how proactive steps that we can take right now shape our future selves. It's about setting clear intentions, aligning our actions with our long term vision, and cultivating a sophisticated persona that reflects our values and aspirations. Curating a life that you desire is possible for you to do, but you don't want to do it in public. This is something that you need to do in private. I remember when I used to share with everyone in my circle, anyone that would listen, all of my ideas and plans I have for my future. I'm going to create a podcast, then I'm going to write a book, then I'm going to write a blog. I did all of that. But what I can tell you is that when I shared this information prematurely, before I was sure this is what would work for me, or before I understood that how long this actually was going to take, and I wasn't trying to get immediate gratification, I would look for validation from other people. That's part of people pleasing too. I thought I was doing the right thing in total by putting myself out there. But what I learned was that my desire to put myself in the forefront, or before I had really worked out the kinks, caused me to get stuck. And it delayed my future success. When we talk about future self visualization, how can visualization your future self help you to make decisions today? Well, I can tell you this: creating your future self requires, first of all, introspection, and secondly, goal setting. You can't talk about your future self if you don't understand who you are, first of all, what it is that's going to make you happy, and then setting goals to actually achieve that outcome. It's about envisioning the person you want to become and taking intentional steps to bring that vision to life. But you do it in quiet and you do it stealthily. That means you don't care if anybody sees you. You're not looking for that validation that I once used to look for, because this journey involves self discovery and personal growth, not about the public opinion. It also is about the courage to step outside of your comfort zone. It's about embracing challenges as opportunity for the purposes of learning and embracing your unique strengths and your unique talents. Everyone is different. So your journey, your desire for your future self is going to be different from your friend or your neighbors. So that's why talking about it and looking for information or validation from somebody else really doesn't work. You need to look within. I invite you right now to my emotional reset challenge. This is where we'll explore a lot of the concepts that I talk about, and we'll go into depth and we'll work together to unlock your full potential, unlock the ideas of looking for your personal, your future self and personal development. So click the link below and sign up to embark on a transformative journey towards personal growth and fulfillment. And it could start right here. So in today's exploration, we examine the essence of quiet strength, of emotional empowerment, and the art of creating our future selves with intention and purpose. Remember, true growth begins from within and by nurturing our emotional intelligence and embracing our authenticity, setting up intentional paths for our future self. And when we do that, we pave the way for a life of purpose, fulfillment, and resilience. So join me each week on this empowering journey towards personal growth and emotional well being. I'll see you next time.